So guys, how do you fancy earning over 3 grand in just a small number of weeks, like about 8 weeks? Well, deal packaging is how we did that. And I'm going to share a series of videos of some of our deals, what went well, what went badly, what to learn, what are the tips. And for this one, it's actually quite smooth. Occasionally, properties go beautifully smoothly, and this was one of those. So this was a lovely little basement flat in Fishponds Road. It was still in my first year of deal packaging. We worked with this investor again and again and again, to the point we bought so many deals for him that he ended up leaving his corporate job and going full-time in property. Now, isn't that a success? A success for him, kind of nicely, a success for us, and of course, we also got all our fees. And what did I do with our fees? I stored them all, and then I bought my own houses with them. So my whole strategy was to run a deal packaging business or a deal sourcing business whereby I find discounted deals, estate agents, auctions, direct to vendor, direct to landlord. I match them with investors. They pay me a fee. They go off with the houses. Good luck to them. They've got an amazing deal there. And this chap, he ended up being financially free. He ended up leaving his job because we got him so many deals. And I get lovely lump sums of cash, and guess what I did with it? I mean, you could buy cars, but if you do and you contact me, I'll be like, why didn't you buy a house? For me, what I did for years and years and years was take all that money and buy houses with it. So this one, we got £3,125 in a matter of weeks. Now, I wasn't just doing one of those every 8 weeks. We very roughly were doing about 50 deals a year. So very roughly, we were pulling that kind of income in pretty much every week. Be good, wouldn't it? If you do not have enough money, as I didn't, I started with my own mortgage. I took 60 grand out my mortgage. I had 2 little kids to look after. In fact, Chris, who's doing the filming, he is a very talented filmmaker, but he also was my son's friend. And I was saying, how old were you when I was doing this deal? So I had 2 little ones to look after, and I just jumped out into full-time property. Didn't have enough money really to be buying enough properties myself, so deal packaging was the way to go. Looked after my family and built up really nice lump sums of cash, with which I then became the biggest buyer of my own deal sourcing business. And we did over 200 deals, and I was very much the biggest buyer. So this one we bought for 62 and a half. We assessed it. We did about 45 pieces of research. We assessed it worth 90 grand. The investor bought it. The investor bought again and again from us, to the point they jumped out their own day job. So that's both parties really happy. And he got a superb amount of equity, a lovely tenant renting it immediately. Everybody's happy. So and the whole process was, we would buy it. We would agree to buy it with the estate agent. I put my name in there first, just like put the contract in with my name. We actually did investor days every 2 weeks. And that meant that investors had taken a long time to get to know us, really assess that we were good to work with. We wouldn't let them join my investor group. I used to charge £1,000 reservation fee, £1,000 membership fee to join my group. But I didn't want them to even think about doing it until they come to at least 2 investor days, and we talked with them 4, 5, 6 times. Why? We wanted to get to know them. We wanted them to get to know us. We wanted them to understand all the things that could go wrong, because this is a property, so things can go wrong, as well as all the gorgeous things, like for this investor, he bought so many deals from us, he ended up financially free and leaving his day job. So yeah, there's loads of things you can sell that are positive as a deal packager, but I do also think you need to tell people, look, it's property. There's occasions when it goes wrong, and you've got to judge whether that investor can handle the heat in that moment. So we did investor days on a really regular basis, and guess what? Every time we released a deal, 99%, we sold the deal within 30 to 60 seconds. What did that mean? That meant within 30 to 60 seconds, we'd have an investor phone up, pay the £1,000 reservation fee, and then 8 or 10 weeks later, pay the balance. 3 grand in less than 8 weeks? It's not bad, is it? And now do that again and again and again until you've got yourself a really lovely portfolio. And then actually I just shut the doors on the deal packaging business. So if this is of use to you, share it with a friend, because you know they're going to need it, particularly if they haven't got any money to start in property. I hardly had any money to start in property myself. So deal packaging is a fantastic way to go, because you learn how to source deals, you learn how to work with investors, you match them together, you learn how to get the properties over the line, you earn very good money. And then for me, all that money went into my own properties, job done. And now, I mean, I have to tell you, those were 16 hours a day. That wasn't like a part-time job, No, No. And now I work 183 days a year and I go on holiday 182 days a year. Why? Because I took all of that income from deal packaging and I put it into assets, and just like Rich Dad Poor Dad, assets pays bills. Financial freedom. Share with your mate, subscribe, enjoy, good luck, but do it. Good luck to you. All right, sourcing discounted deals is how you make serious money in property, but how do you start? Free checklist. Click, link, download now.